ASHTAVAKRA Ji says to King Janak, "Dear, you have been trapped in the bodily arrogance noose for time immemorial. I am conscious essence. You crush it with this knowledge sword and be happy. Dear, you for time immemorial. Time immemorial means for a very long time. From the time you have been conscious, since then you have thought of yourself as the body." He is not saying this just to King Janak. He is talking to everyone. This is a story of the entire humanity. It means it is just ego. It is not a body actually. It is ego. This is the core of all the sorrow. If I am this body which comes with unlimited problems attached to it, and not only this body, if I am any form, even that form has to definitely die. I am conscious essence. You crush it with this knowledge sword and be happy. Why is knowledge required here? Because our senses are designed in a manner that they project outside. No one is at a mistake here. If someone says he doesn't know who he is, why is that? It is as such because this creation has been designed in that way itself. These senses can only show what is outside. Eyes can't see what is inside the eyes. Eyes can show what is outside. The concentration automatically moves towards the external. Our experience says that I am this body, and our knowledge also confirms that I am this body. How will this myth be busted? It can't be busted on the basis of experience, because the knowledge of I am this body is attached to the experience. As and when we keep on experiencing, this belief of I am this body will also strengthen gradually. See, something touched me. See, I saw something. See, I heard something. So everything is actually reinforcing this belief, both the experience and knowledge. Whatever you say, even that too, as soon as you say I am a girl, it means that it is implied you are this body. I am conscious essence. You crush it with this knowledge sword. Why is knowledge required? Because we have to understand this experience, which is our own experience, in detail. We don't need a new experience here. We need to understand whatever experiences we have on a day-to-day basis, day and night. When will we understand that? When a desire to understand it will occur within us. How is the desire born? When that information enters our body through knowledge. If we had never come in contact with this book, or if we had never come in contact with such a thought of you are not this body, this question of I am not this body would never arise. This thought entered us through somewhere. This thought is the knowledge itself. What is this book ASHTAVAKRA Gita? It is knowledge. So we could understand our experience in detail and look for ourselves who we actually are. What is he saying? I am conscious essence. He is sharing the knowledge. He has already said, you crush it with this knowledge sword and be happy. What does conscious essence mean? Conscious is the experience. The essence is intrinsic nature. Conscious essence means I am the essence of the experience. He is not saying you are the conscious. This has to be observed very closely, comfortably. It is not being said here that you are the conscious, which is an experience. What has been said? Words have been used quite wisely. You are the essence of the conscious or the experience. Let me explain with an example. Let's assume that the conscious is like ice, and it is not being said that you are ice, because ice is formed and destroyed. It has been directly said that you the essence of the conscious, which means you are water. So when an experience happens, that is, when ice is formed, you exist. When there is no ice, you exist even then. Now how do we understand this? Let's see. Our bodily ego is standing on what basis? If the body is understood in a simple manner, what is it? 5 senses and memory. What is the body outside this? Nothing else. Whatever experiences occur through our five senses and we record it, that is our memory. Everything is included in this six. What is the seventh element? Me. That is why you will see this number 7 everywhere. This seventh isn't aloof from all this. It is the essence of all. Conscious essence. So what is this ego standing on? I am this body. I have this experience of being present just here. If I am in India, then I am just in India. I am not there. Why? Because the conscious is here. The experience is happening here. Therefore, what do I think? I am also present here. Why are experiences happening here? Because the senses are here. Experience can happen only at that place where senses are. Senses which are like an instrument. Its recording is stored here. Hence, the experience happens here. A misconception that I am not experiencing it here can happen because of that recording as it happens during a dream. You are in Delhi and you think that you are in Antarctica. If you had ever been to Antarctica, or you may have read about it somewhere or would have seen a movie. So you had a dream about Antarctica. You haven't reached there. You are experiencing Antarctica. Where? At your home. In your body. The impressions in your body are playing and replaying. Since the body is present here, the experience is happening here. Because of that, I feel that I am this body. What is this conscious? You have experience of what? Let's take one sense out of the five senses we have. What happens when a form is seen? An experience of this form. Whatever I'm thinking about, it is a memory. But the experience isn't a memory. Experience definitely happened. Something touched. An experience happened. This voice which is coming out from my mouth, from within this body, and is going into you, entering your body. It is not a belief. It is an experience, a perception. What kind of experience happens? Either the existence of something or the absence of something. Is there anything else which happens? Through your senses, either you will have a perception of the existence of a voice or its absence. What kind of voices are there? I'm not dwelling there. It can be any voice, any sound. So, either there is a perception of the existence of sense object or its absence. This is consciousness. This is the experience. The experience of existence is something which we do understand. For example, this sound. We do understand the experience of its existence. When I am not talking, there is no sound here. How can you say that? Is there no sound here? Or is it the limitation of your senses? If you slightly increase the power of your ears, it is possible that you might start hearing some sound. So what experiences happen? It is either the experience of something or its absence, presence of something or the absence of something. What is the absence of something? One is the presence of sound, which we experience. Some sounds exist here, and I am experiencing it. Now there is no sound here. I am experiencing even this, but there is no sound here. This experience is standing on the base of the experience of the existence of sound. This is one and the same. The moment I say there is no sound, what do we mean by that? I am talking on the basis of my past experience of sound. If I don't know what sound is, I can't say that there is no sound here. So both these experiences are interconnected with each other, presence and absence. If I know about light, I can talk about darkness on that basis. If I don't know what light is, what is darkness? Where is darkness? So, I call the absence of light as darkness. Actually, there is nothing called darkness. What do we call silence as? What do people mean when they talk about silence? Where there is no sound, it is called silent. There are both the thoughts here. One is the existence of sound, and other is the absence of sound. If you leave that thought too, everything drowns away. Then a state is reached where there is no thought. Where there is no thought, we think that there is no experience either. This has to be understood carefully. This is very, very subtle. Conscious essence. We have understood the experience. Either there is a memory in the brain, which we are understanding as we have during a dream. It also happens at times when we are awake. We might be experiencing the existence of something or non-existence of something through our senses. So, this experience of non-existence is standing on what base? On memory. This thought about nothing being present crossed our mind, isn't it? If this thought is also absent, what then? If there is no thought about the absence of anything, absence of any sound, then what is? Your concentration moved away from both the sound and the silence. Your mind will move towards silence only when you remember the sound. You can have the feeling of darkness only when you think that there is no light present. Then that darkness will start bothering you. You will start fearing darkness. Why? Because you are thinking about light. Let's assume that if the memory of light is deleted from you, the fear of darkness also goes out. There is no fear of the dark. If the concept of sound vanishes from your mind, all kinds of memory of sound get deleted from your mind. Where is the silence now? Where is the absence of sound? So, the presence of an object and the absence of an object are both interconnected. These are two sides of the same coin. You can call it the presence of thought. Whether you are saying the presence of an object or absence of an object, both are the presence of thought. Okay, let's move a step ahead. When there is no thought, like when in deep sleep, what happens then? Like meditation, you will understand this quite comfortably. When you sit down for meditation, you are hearing some sounds. After some time, those sounds fade out. Suppose a sound was coming in from the other room. Someone was watching TV at night. The sound stopped coming through as the TV was shut down. What are you thinking about now? There is no sound here. Now you are experiencing the absence of that sound. But what happens after some time? You lose interest in both, the sound and the silence. Suppose some memory pops up within you. You forget both the sound and the silence. Both drown away together. Through this, you can understand that both are thoughts. First was the thought of TV playing in the other room. Then was the thought of TV been switched off. Now there is no sound. Since that sound was bothering you earlier, hence you are enjoying that silence now. Both of these are connected to each other. This pain-pleasure is connected to each other. Understand this carefully. Since that sound which was coming from the other room while you were meditating was disturbing you, its absence has made you happy. So, the pain which you were having because of the presence of something, its absence is making you happy. Similarly, some person, some object, something which is with you today, and you are happy because of the presence of that thing. Let's suppose that you are happy because of the presence of some sound. When that sound is absent, you will become sad. Got it? These both are thoughts. There is no difference between them. These are just two sides of the same coin. You have an interest in a sound. You might like it or dislike it. This is what is keeping the absence of sound alive. Else, there is nothing called the absence of sound. Your concentration will move away from both things. When does it move towards absence? When we have an interest in its presence. If you are indifferent to its presence, you will be indifferent to its absence too. If you are not affected by the presence of sound, be it good or bad, you won't be affected by the absence of sound too, be it good or bad. So you will neither register the presence of sound nor will you register its absence. Then what happens? Let's understand this carefully. Conscious essence. We can club these together and say it as one word. Thought. thought of the presence of an object or thought of the absence of an object. What am I saying now? I clubbed both of them together to bring in one word, thought. Now I'm talking about the presence of thought and absence of thought, like it happens in deep sleep. Is there a thought in deep sleep? No. What is there in deep sleep? Absence of thought. In deep sleep, you don't know either about sound or the silence, neither the light nor the darkness. Neither is there a smell, nor do you know about the absence of smell. Clear? Neither do you know about the existence of some sensation, nor do you feel the absence of some sensation. You can say you are awake right now. There is a sensation in one of your hands and nothing on the other. You know about both of them. I have a sensation in this hand, nothing in the other. But in deep sleep, you don't know if you have a sensation on this hand or you don't have a sensation on the other one. The sensation can be a pain, some wound. So one hand is in pain and the other is not. But in deep sleep, neither do you know about the presence of pain, nor do you know about the absence of pain. Absence of pain is also connected to the presence of pain. That is why you register it. Like there was a pain somewhere in the body. Suppose there was a pain in the head. By remembering that pain, you say that you don't have any pain now. You never think about the absence of pain in the head while sitting idle. You never think about that. You only think about the absence in the light of presence, prior presence. Now let's take a step ahead. Presence of thought and absence of thought. Even this is not some belief. It is our experience. Deep sleep is not some belief. It is our experience. A dream is not some belief. It is our experience. What we think about the dream can be a belief, but a dream occurred and died. This is not a belief. We do not believe someone's words. Like heaven and hell is a belief. No one has experienced it. We are just thinking about it. Hence, this is all a belief. But experience means consciousness. We need to understand what is the essence of consciousness. He is not saying you are an experience. He is saying that you are an essence of the consciousness as well. You are the essence of an experience. Our experience is in 3 states. One is the awake state. Second is the dream state. And third is the deep sleep state. What happens in the awake state? There is some thought about existence or the absence of something, presence or absence of memory, existence or absence of sense objects. There are only these 6 things, 5 sense objects and 1 memory. This is an experience. What happens during a dream? The experience of the existence of memory. One thing is sure, that our eyes are closed during a dream. We are seeing a dream. Eyes are closed. We are not listening to the outside sound. Whatever sound was within us or whatever was stored within is just being replayed. What is it? What is a dream? Memory is playing. The experience of the existence of memory. It is a dream. What happens in deep sleep? We all go in a deep sleep. You come out of deep sleep. People ask, how well did you sleep? You say that you slept well. What is it? Is it your belief or experience? And even this is possible when someone asks you how well you slept. You will say that it was quite bad. You didn't sleep well. What is this? Is it a belief? It is an experience. What is a good sleep or a bad sleep? What does bad sleep mean? Memory was playing. What is bad sleep? Thoughts were playing. Presence of thought means bad sleep. Presence of thought is equal to bad sleep. Those thoughts can be anything. Something good was going to happen to you the next day. Hence, you couldn't sleep well because of its excitement. Or something bad was going to happen and you couldn't sleep thinking about it. What are these both? Thoughts. Presence of thought means bad sleep. And there was no thought, no dream, nothing. As we say, deep sleep. Deep means there was nothing on the surface. I was in depth. We all say these things, but we never go into their depth. Meaning, I was not on the surface. I was in the depth. I was in my essence. Both of these are our experiences. As the presence of thought is our experience, the absence of thought is also our experience. This means a conscious essence. This isn't some belief when someone asks you how well you slept and you say you slept well. You don't say this on the basis of your beliefs. You are saying this on the basis of your experience. On the basis of what experience? Experience of the absence of thought. On the basis of that, you are able to say you slept well. And on what basis do you say about bad sleep? Experience of the presence of thought. You were lying down for 8 hours, but some or the other thoughts had occupied your mind. You were having this experience and you are answering on that basis itself about your sleep being bad. I didn't sleep well, and some other day you also experienced deep sleep, which means there were no thoughts on the mind at all. You lied down and slept instantly. What does slept mean? All the thought occupying you dissolved. The thoughts which were playing one after another stopped. There was an absence of thought. There was an absence of feeling. There was an absence of sensation. As the presence of sensation is an experience, similarly, absence of sensation is an experience too. This is being discussed here. You are a conscious essence. It means we also have experience about whether we are having or not having an experience right now. It is very subtle. What do we mean by experience? Experience of something is what we call an experience. But when even memory doesn't play, what is that? We call it nothingness. But that is not nothingness. It's not that you become nothing. That is the experience of the absence of everything, including thought. So here, even that who experiences that absence, who is that? That is a conscious essence. He who also understands the absence of thoughts too, that is my essence. That is you, that is me. That is my real nature, which is free from the presence of thought and the absence of thought. Hence, you become happy.